are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now watching the Alan and DJ show.
Yes. Yes, Bambi. Yes, I'm on air. I have to. I know that. Bambi, you're making this more than what it is. You told me this already. I know we got our points up. Now we're going to show the world how to get their. Okay, Bambi, I got to go. I got to do a show. Love you. Bye. Make sure you have some deer meat in the forest waiting on us, okay? All right. Oh, my goodness.
You on the phone caking, man?
That's just oh, snaps. Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, all the surrounding areas. You guys know what time this is, man. It's time for the Alan the DJ TV show program. And I'm Alan.
And this is your boy DJ.
Childhood star. And DJ, I'm sorry you have to hear all that, man. I've been ecstatic lately. Like we getting our points up. We able to apply for credit cards. We able to apply for putting a down payment down on the house. We're doing things the right way. And I want to show the other people how to get their stuff up and get their situation going, to get their situations going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
So I said, today, let's talk about how to improve your credit score.
Okay.
So we want to help you guys out today because we know there's a lot of people that can always improve. So without further ado, we're here to bring this to you, the With It, the Alan and DJ show. It's accustomed to bringing it to you. So bullet point number 1, DJ, paying every bill on time.
Okay.
But why?
Because, man, basically, like, it helps to demonstrate financial responsibility.
Okay.
It avoids negative marks on your credit report, and it supports your credit worthiness and positive credit history.
So, and I like that you said that, DJ. So it's kind of like when you're making payment history accounts up to 35% of your FICO score, which is set up by payments that's like on your credit cards, which we just mentioned, loans, and then it also prevents you from getting into a loan cycle. And then I also want to say missed deadlines.
Mm-hmm. And like credit cards, mortgage payments, car loans, and personal loans are all reported to the credit bureau. And make sure when you pay your bills, like if you can, pay it on time, but also if you could pay it early and pay it multiple times early, because that'll decrease your, that'll increase your credit score. But missing a payment will actually lower your credit score.
And then, it actually showing, like, if I was like an owner of a company, it actually showed me that, like not only that, you're responsible, but you're even making payments early. And, that shows that, okay, this person's ready for like a credit increase, for like a next, for maybe like an extra line of credit.
Absolutely.
To take your stuff up to the next level. So I like that. And bullet point number 2, let's lower credit utilization.
Oh, okay.
But how can we do that though, DJ? Like, I wonder, like, how can we lower credit utilization?
Basically, like, utilization is basically like 30% of like your actual score or whatever, which is like your FICO score or whatever. But like you lower it by basically by basically like utilizing like the amount that you have, but paying that amount, but like spending as less as possible on that amount. So like, for an example, like let's say you got a $10,000 credit limit and the 30% utilization rate would be $3,000. So
Okay.
That's basically 30%. So when you equal that up to 30%, like if you only spend $3,000, you only spend 30%, meaning like it'll give you a chance to like not only like build your credit up, but like it'll also give you a chance to like pay it off faster, so you could be able to utilize it and spend it more. But
Okay.
you want to be able to like keep it to 30% because you want to also be able to utilize it if you want to like increase like your credit limit.
Okay.
That's why you want to keep your utilization down too. Because if you want to increase your credit limit, like that's the way to go.
Okay, yeah, hey, you know what? Like, you learn something new, guys, every day. And when you aim to use less than 30%, like DJ was saying, your daily below average could be 10% overall, and your credit limit across all your credit cards. So, with all your credit cards that you got, you know, like you want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you use 30% of it and you lower it down by 10%, like that's, to me, it's showing me as a company that, okay, if you can handle that, then like I can increase your credit limit. So then like I could throw another $1,000 on there. And you know, like you showing me that like only do you have the ability to handle it. And if you're like me, some things I do is like auto pay.
Okay.
Because I don't have to worry about it. I know that it's being done, it's being taken care of, and I split each transaction through each credit card that I might have. And you know, like I just say, hey, okay, look, I don't want to worry about this because if I have to pay every single thing, like I'm going to miss something somewhere. So I like to have everything just kind of working itself out.
Absolutely. But like if you also try to utilize your credit utilization ratio, like basically like what happens is like if you keep doing that for like a particular month and you keep going like every month you're paying like only 30% and 30% and 30%. After a couple months, like you can reach 800 quicker, and the lenders actually see that.
Ooh, 800.
Yep.
Boy, that's a good life right there.
Yep.
Bullet point 3, check for reports and errors.
Okay.
So now, DJ, this is where we're going to hit a turn. Now, as you're trying to improve your credit score and all that, why should you check for reports and errors?
Because like it helps you like identify like errors, it detects fraud, and it monitors like your credit habits and limits identity theft.
So when you regularly pull, you know, like your credit score report, you could check like accounts like eFlex, Experian, TransUnion, via Annual Credit Union. What helps well, like to me, I feel like those type of companies helps dispute any situation like right away, and it also disputes any inaccuracies. So you can say, hey, look, I see something going on my card that, you know, like I didn't use this, I didn't use it at this place, I didn't never go there, and like they could get to the bottom of it and could see, okay, yeah, like we could see where it could have been fraud.
And like what it also does is it helps you increase your chances of approval as well, and
Most definitely.
and securing like better interest rates when you do get like a credit card, or when you do get like a loan or something like that. Like,
yeah, no, I mean it's true, because it's showing it's showing them that like not only like am I not responsible, but I'm catching stuff right away. Like I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just pulling from like all my accounts all the time, but like I am regularly checking on my accounts. I'm regularly checking like where was the error at? How can we fix that? And sometimes like even like if you got you like a stockbroker, like that really helps you out a lot, especially like in the beginning. And also bullet point number 4, become an authorized user. So this is important now, guys, because when you become an authorized user, you can ask a family member, a trustee, or a friend who has excellent credit to add you on to their, which is very rare to do, but like to add you on to like their line of credit or managed well credit card. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of people that are like not as responsible, and you have to realize like, if you're not like becoming like an authorized user, and you know like somebody signing off on my name, and you know let's say this person just get careless, it spin, like that's gonna come back on me, and I can't have that.
absolutely. And with like authorized users, like they're basically like the secondary card holder. So like they can make purchases, but they're not responsible for the payment. So like they can swipe, and they can miss payments, but when the payment come in, you're still responsible for it.
Like, Rebecca, what is this? No, you get down here, miss. I'm not done talking to you yet. Yeah, he's like, damn, what is going on? No, that was my money. What do you mean? That purchase $200? Like, not really enough, but they're like, man, bro, like, every dollar matters. You like, dog, are you serious? Then why you put me on the thing? If you monitoring what I ate, or you monitoring what I spent. I see that you went to Juicy Crab the other day. How was that? $60 a plate? You like, whoa, all right, dude. So I said to say this, man, like, when you become authorized user, yes, okay, that's cool, because like it's helping that person who's on your line of credit. But at the same time, you gotta make sure this person is responsible, because they're overspending. It's gonna come back on you. Yep. Trust and believe.
Absolutely.
In bullet point 5, ask for a credit limit increase. So I would say this: requesting a higher credit limit or an existing credit card can immediately drop your credit score utilization ratio provided by how much provided to you by what you not spending as far as like the new available balance. So like when you ask for like a credit limit increase, you got to be careful though.
You really do. Because like what they do, Al, is like when you ask for a credit increase, what happens is like they do like a hard pull, meaning like they do like a hard inquiry on your credit,
on my account.
on your credit report, meaning like they're going to scan and look for any type of errors or look for any type of thing that's going to raise a red flag or show like you got good credit or whatever the case may be. But when you do that, like it ends up being like that type of way where if they find red flags, they're going to end up finding more, and they're going to find more, and they're going to find more because of the hard pull, because they're digging deep, because they really don't want to give you the loan.
No.
But because they doing the hard pull, they got to look deep. And the deeper they look, the more they're going to be in the process of like denying you.
And that's why like I tell people, like, make sure like when you get a new balance, you know what I'm saying, like you don't always spend that.
No.
You know what I'm saying, right away. You know what I'm saying? Because like DJ said, he made an excellent point. They really don't want to give it to you no way. Mm-hmm. So I understand people try to make their life hard. Like you be like, yes, I did this, and then like I always stayed up under this limit. And, like I'm asking for a credit limit increase because I feel like I was responsible to make that. Well, I will be the judge of that. Put their glasses on. So what was this right here on the day of August 3rd, 2026? Yeah, you're like, dude, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like just make sure, when you ask for like a credit limit increase, just make sure that you're doing everything properly. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that, like you're paying your existing balance on time. And when you always get that new credit balance, you're not always so quick to jump on that too. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful on that. And also with bullet point number 6, keep old accounts open. So DJ, I want to hit you with this point right here. Like, why should, if I want to improve my credit score, keep my old account open?
Because it basically improves like your length of credit history. Because like what happens is like when you close your account, it shows like you're unreliable. Yeah.
And closing like old accounts for like old credit cards can lower your average rate. It could lower like your average rate. Mm-hmm. And then account age reduces like your total credit limit and like your available credit, which is negatively impacts your score. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, okay, so let's say a credit score 800. You got a couple of credit cards, boom, 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 everything, life is good. You've been a little careless. Points drop down, using 7 something. You'll start getting a danger zone until you start hitting about like the lower 6. But then like they started noticing this pattern. Like you keep closing these credit cards up, you keep closing this account up. Like, man, what's really going on here? Mm-hmm. So then now, by the time that you want to do things right, you're having a hard time. Like, I'm reluctant to want to give you another card or give you like another credit limit increase, because every time you keep closing old accounts. You can't do that if you're trying to improve your credit score. And also report rent and utility payments. And this is important because using service like Experian boosts like your rent report on all platforms, and also get your credit for like a one-on-one time payment that you already have been making. So when you're doing that, you're showing the credit reporters and the credit bureau that, hey, I am responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm reporting everything that I do on time.
Absolutely. And plus, like, keeping old accounts open, like, basically it's like 15% of your FICO score. So like you gotta think about it. Like, your average FICO score is 100%, but like 35% of it is like paying your payments on time, and 15% of it is like keeping your accounts open and your credit history. Like, all that combined, and you in the negatives on all of that, like, you definitely ain't getting a loan.
You know, definitely getting on loan, and you know that's why I tell people, like, man, you know, when you get into this thing, do it right. And apply for a new credit sparingly. So every time you apply for a new credit card, for an example, like a hard inquiry hits your report, and like it spaces out any like unnecessary applications.
It also helps you like protect your credit score, and it avoids the appearance of credit desperation.
Exactly. So let's say that, you know, like you got 3 lines of credit open and you've been maintaining this for a while. You know, like you're making your payments on time. You're doing what you need to do. It's just like, to me, it's showing me that, okay, you know, like this person is like not desperate to constantly keep closing accounts, opening up a new account, getting a new credit card. Let me get this. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're constantly studied. So when they do ask for like an extra line of credit, I think I'm more subject to trust these people here that have 750 or higher, because like it's proven through their credit report history that they apply for new credit sparingly, so that way it's protecting them from making those mistakes.
And then like sometimes like people use like the 2-3-4 rule, which also like stops you from like applying for too many credit cards at once.
Yeah. And also use a secure credit card as well. Because when you do that, if you keep your score low or like non-existent, and you know, you put down cash as a deposit to secure your credit card, which can which is like, I want to say, then you can actually use that to pay off your responsible built to history. So the history that you built up with other debt, you can actually use that to pay that off.
Absolutely.
Now, the last bullet point, DJ, I want to talk about is diversify your credit mix.
Okay.
So why should a person want to diversify their credit mix?
Because like it basically like shows the lenders like you can manage different kinds of debt responsibly.
Exactly. And also like lenders also like seeing like credit balance in between revolving credit. So like credit cards, installment cards, as far as like car loans, student loans, debt to that magnitude degree. So when you diversify your credit mix, like you also like let lenders see that, hey, dang, you know what, like this person has a great payment history of like paying out their car loans, paying out their student loans, and you know, like they are more subject to trust you a little bit more.
Absolutely. But it also offsets weaknesses in your credit report.
That's true. And then I want to hit you with the Alan and DJ's final thought.
Okay.
So DJ, what's your final thought for somebody out there who really wants to improve their credit?
Like, first of all, man, like we know that everybody has a rough patch and they go through stuff where like they miss payments and stuff like that. But if you can, please try to pay your payments on time, because like that's a big percentage of your FICO score. And they look at that and try to limit the amount of times that you're purchasing cards or even applying for like card applications and stuff like that, because every time you do an application, they have to do a pull. And when they do a hard pull, they're gonna dig deep. And when they dig deep, they're gonna look for stuff, and they're gonna find things. So they don't get you. They're gonna find ways to not get you that loan. So try to limit all that, and then try to pay your bills on time, and check your credit score at least a few times a year, so you could be able to, so you don't walk in blind.
And then also as well, you know, I say, like, when you want to improve your credit score, like, you have to ask yourself these questions sometimes, like, what is your credit score range? Like, what are you trying to accomplish out of this? Are you trying to buy a house? Are you trying to start a business? Are you trying to buy a car? Are you trying to pay off your student loans? You know, like, or personal loans. So that's something that you have to ask yourself as well. And what's your estimate credit utilization ratio when it comes to the right now? And then I also would say, don't ever try to increase your credit limit anywhere between 30 to 90 days. And if you did that, you just became the very best version of yourself. Now, this is the Alan and DJ Show. You can find the Alan and DJ Show at gmail.com. If you have any questions about what you want us to talk about next, you can also find the Alan and DJ Show on YouTube. And you can also find the Alan and DJ Show's fan page on Facebook. We rapidly growing, man. So, you know, we got to keep that thing pushing. And thanks to y'all and all the supporters out there. And most importantly, you can find William J. Smith, our producer extraordinaire, on Instagram and Facebook, and yours truly, Alan Hutchinson, on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, let's improve our credit score. Let's improve our credit in life, because all they say, nothing in this good life is free, but there's nothing like good credit. It's better than money. Stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.